Dictation exercise 72-73 100 words per minute. MSD 1. Mr. Deputy Chairman, Sir, I would like to congratulate the Honorable Finance Minister on giving us a really socialist budget. In other words, a people's budget. Even the opposition comrades concede that it is a popular budget, but according to them, only superficially so. However, all the arguments brought forth by the opposition lack conviction, as if opposition for the opposition's sake. When the budget was presented, it was stated that only a magician could have solved the present situation. Now that the magic has taken place, they refuse to accept it. In spite of all the prophecies of the opposition that this year inflation would be at least 20%, it is not so. I would like to remind the House that inflation is only 13% today and it is well under control. We are to raise rupees 250 crores for auxiliary import duties. These duties have protected us from competition of developed countries, and this is definitely justified under the present conditions. Sir, another point which I would like to bring to your notice is that this deficit budget was a necessity because of circumstances which are beyond our control. The oil bill, which used to be rupees 800 crores, has now exceeded rupees 5,000 crores. There has been a continuous drought for the last 2 years and our exports have fallen because of the fact that the developed countries have been putting impediments on our exports. So, under these circumstances, we have to do something about carrying out our development program. Where is the money? The money has to be provided in the budget. Our finance minister has used all possible methods to keep the deficit as low as possible and at the same time planned for progress and development. As far as the tax concessions go, the income tax exemption limit has been raised to rupees 15,000. In this way, 15 lakhs of people are out of the income tax net. This is a big help for the middle income and fixed income groups who have been suffering all these years. This is probably the first time that this section of our society has been taken care of, and they certainly deserve it. The income group of rupees 2,000 per month will not have to pay any income tax. Similarly, the surcharge of 5% on corporate sector has been reduced. This will help the industrial growth. The exemption of income tax on corporate to the extent of 2% will also help in increased production in agriculture. No excise duties have been levied. This is a very welcome for the housewives. Therefore, the women folk of the country are very thankful to the finance minister for his special consideration. The bold step which has been taken in connection with the small scale industry will go a long way in helping all those companies in the small scale sector who are producing goods. Sir, our crop is good this year. and we can provide more food to our people. At this stage, I would like to point out to the Honorable Minister that when our production of coal, cement, food grains, oil, electricity, and other commodities is improving, our distribution system must also keep pace with it. The state governments must make special arrangements for stocking for fair price, and I am afraid this is a sector in which we have corruption and inefficiency. This must be removed somehow. Black marketing, which destroys all our efforts, must be stopped with an iron hand. It seems that the scheme of the bearer bonds is not going too successful. Yesterday, the Honorable Finance Minister said that he had some other plans too. I would appeal to the Minister that he must use all the means at his disposal to circulate the black money that is being kept by rich few in their pockets. This money must be made use of by the nation, and it must be done as soon as possible. Sir, while the production of food, power, cement, coal, and all other commodities is growing fast, we will never be able to solve one problem unless we tackle the problem of population explosion. This must be dealt with strongly. Otherwise, we cannot keep the balance. Sir, after the last rally, we feel quite convinced that every man, woman, and child in India is prepared to help our government to carry out its policies and make them a real success. Every Indian seems determined to help in solving the problems of their motherland, their families, and their neighbors. Under these circumstances, the government must bring out its dynamic programs and go straight ahead. To achieve them, the people must be told what is being done for them, and their cooperation must be taken. I am sure the opposition will not be able to hinder our progress because the people of our country are with us. Sir, the government is responsible for the safety of the life and property of the people. Unfortunately, crime has become the order of the day. Only the day before yesterday, the driver of a member of parliament was murdered. The culprits are yet to be apprehended. It is not that crime does not take place, but why are they not being investigated and the culprits brought to book? Recently, in the state of UP, from which I come, a dear comrade of mine was murdered. Again and again in this house, we have to ventilate about it. Does it go good to any system of government? Look at the under trials. What treatment have they met at the hands of some of the policemen? Their eyes have been gouged, their legs have been broken, they have lost their lives. Hundreds of under trials were rotting in the jails. Had they been produced before the magistrates, they would have been freed because of false cases against them by the police.
अगर आपको हमारा डिक्टेशन अच्छा लगता है, पसंद आता है, तो आप हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें, जिससे कि आने वाला नोटिफिकेशन सबसे पहले आपको मिल सके।